Download Attitude and Daily Motivation today to take charge of your life. Why don't most people pursue their aspirations or perform greater than they're capable of? I believe that many of us do not take the following step and I believe that the reason we don't even consider what to do is that we subconsciously don't believe it is possible for us or that we deserve it. So, here's my suggestion. How much time do you spend working on yourself? How much time have you spent each day working on your dream during the last 90 days? How many novels have you read within the last year? What new skills or knowledge have you learned? What kind of investment did you make in yourself? See, I'm saying that once you start thinking about where you want to go, if you want to make it today, because things change so quickly, you have to actually run to stand still. I'm saying you have to make a conscious effort to begin working and developing yourself. Here is something else. Most people do not pursue their aspirations due to fear. Ladies and gentlemen, most people are held back by fear, restricted vision, and the lack of self-esteem. People stay in abusive, miserable, or unfulfilling relationships because they cannot envision themselves beyond them. They cannot imagine themselves enjoying life without that individual. They believe that they're allowed by law to do so. It's the same reason why people become trapped at a specific stage in life. They cannot see things becoming better for them, and they believe that this is all they deserve. This law they've ever seen has been passed down to them, and they believe it's the end of it. Fear destroys dreams. Fear kills hope. And I have a question. What is the benefit? What is the value of letting fear hold you back? What is the benefit of giving up on oneself? Of not stepping out and facing life head on? What is the benefit to you? What's the advantage in that? What would you like me to tell you? That it will be a picnic? No, it is not. It's going to kick your butt. Yes, it is. Are you going to wish to die? Yes, yes. That's part of it. But it's simply what you have to go through to reach where you want to go. And guess what? You're strong enough to do it. You are strong enough. And your life is worth doing whatever it takes to overcome this addiction, whatever you need to do. In this dream, you can do whatever you desire. Will it be simple to run off and do it? No. Will it occur overnight? No. Will there be a struggle? Yes. Will there be instances when you cannot make ends meet? Yes. That is part of it. Will there be instances when you won't know what to do? Yes. That is part of it. So as you look at your life and the future, ask yourself, what fears do I hold on to? What concerns am I allowing to hold me back? Need that prevents me from breaking out, from reaching my full potential, from truly being happy, and from experiencing a feeling of adventure and excitement in my life. What's blocking me from taking control of my destiny? Your life is going well, no matter what you've done thus far. Whatever you've created originated from the person you've become as a result of your decisions. It is the outcome of your consciousness. Now, you must ask yourself if you are content with what you have made. Is this what you want? Would you like it to be better than this? Do you think you deserve better than this? Are you content? This is it. You don't have to do anything extra if you're content with your life. Are you letting yourself off the hook like that? Or do you have a feeling in the back of your head or in your heart that you are meant to do something else? Life has something more in store for you, which is why you've come here. How can we deal with this fear factor? How can we improve our self-esteem? You must begin to fortify yourself. How do we do this? I feel you need to start intentionally monitoring your inner speech and cease talking to yourself. Stop building it up. Sometimes the only positive things you'll hear about yourself are things you say to yourself. So I'm saying, learn to be your own booster. Stop setting yourself up. Begin encouraging yourself. Start stating, I can do this. I can make this happen. Go on with an attitude of understanding that there is a way for you to begin to deal with this. There is a way out somewhere, a solution. What you're looking for is the ability to deal with whatever comes your way, to confront it, and to feel powerful rather than impotent. Dreams and your gifts have so much meaning and value for you that your desire for them will drive you beyond the field. Your desire for them will provide you with a unique motivation. As you work on yourself, you begin to recognize your true identity, your true power, and your true capacity to effect change. The miracle occurs. You have the working power within yourself to do what you want. When I first considered becoming a speaker, I said, yes, I can do it. I can make it happen. When I start attempting to convince myself I can be a businessman after flopping and failing, losing thousands of dollars, feeling stupid and dumb, and having others take advantage of me because I didn't know what I was doing, I had to talk to myself because people were calling me dumb. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was responding, you are correct. Check out what I've done. I had to say, no. Unless, hello, hey, come on, guy. Get yourself together. You can manage it. You simply haven't figured it out yet. It is all right. This is your training phase. This is the tuition you must pay for something you do not know you can do, but others have done. Attend seminars, workshops, and study books on how to run your business. Shift your perspective on yourself and start paying attention to the personal aspects. Understand that no one can take better care of your business than you. See, we have all received some gifts. I don't believe it's optional for us to sit on what we have. Check to see if you're sitting on what you've been given. I believe everybody has been given something to demonstrate to the world that only you can do it, perform it, and commence that activity. And if you don't do that, if your life isn't filled with your life, work, or mission, you'll have gaps. And when we are not living our genuine identity, we begin to fill in the gaps. We fill the voids with trash, drink, drugs, anxiety, and self-destruction, behavior. So when you look at your life and realize that you aren't achieving everything you can because you've let your anxieties to hold you back. Now, when you don't have a true respect and acceptance for who you are, and you allow yourself to be immobilized by fear, what follows is that you begin to abuse yourself, sabotage your life, and undermine your goals. You unknowingly begin to work against yourself, becoming your own worst adversary. So, what should you do about it? There are a few folks who have resolved that they will make it. Some people aren't waiting to get cut. Some people go on their own because they believe in themselves. I have what it takes to make it. They are not afraid of tomorrow because of how they see themselves, what they believe they deserve, and what they believe they can achieve for themselves. Because these people have chosen that there is a path where there is a will, both in the future and in themselves. There is a method for me to start making something out of nothing. And when you have that level of consciousness, when you possess that type of spirit, nothing. When you want to achieve something in life, you must be willing to take action. Do not wait for everything to be perfect. Do not wait for everything to be perfect. Do not wait for the right situation. It'll never be ideal. There'll always be a reason. So as soon as the kids grow up and I pay my bills, well, as soon as I get my divorce and enough money together, do what you can with what you have and never be satisfied. Many people don't take chances in life. They don't want to take any chances. They want the circumstances to be ideal. That's not walking by faith. That is walking by sight. My birthplace is Liberty City, a low-income neighborhood in Miami, Florida. I was born in an abandoned building on a floor with a twin brother, and we were adopted at the age of 6 weeks. When I was in 5th grade, I was identified as EMA, designated educatable, mentally retarded, and moved from 5th to 4th grade, where I plummeted again in 8th grade. I do not have a college education, but because of my mother, I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All I am and aim to be." I owe my mother. I once saw a sign that claimed God had taken me from my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adoptive mother. So my first major ambition was to buy a home for my mother and care for her. And I did exactly that, caring for her until she died at the age of 88. But I'll never forget meeting Mr. Washington. I was in a class waiting to speak with another student when he came in and said, "Young man, go to the board and work this problem out for us." I said, "Oh, Sarah, I can't do that." He asked, "Why?" I answered, "I am not one of your students." He said, "Look at me." I said, "Yes, sir." "Go to the board and sort it out anyway." I said, "Sir, I can't do what you're asking of me." He asked, "Why, sir?" "Because I'm educatable, mentally retarded, sir." And as the students burst out laughing, he emerged from behind his desk. He stared at me and said, "Don't say that ever again. Someone's view of you does not have to become your reality." And it was a watershed moment in my life. On the one hand, I felt humiliated. But on the other, I was emancipated because he looked at me with Gita's eyes, which screamed, "Look at a man for who he really is."